I like to work with a standing desk. I've been doing this since 2005, off and on throughout the day. I stand and then sit. And even when I'm just taking notes or I'm listening to a podcast, sometimes it's nice just to lean forward on a desk and keep my legs stretched, put a little bit of pressure on those calves and really stretch out the feet and the legs. So when I heard from Flexispot that they wanted to provide me with this desk for review, I immediately jumped on it. I mean, who wouldn't want an awesome standing desk that's better than the one I bought from IKEA many, many years ago? Now, what Flexispot brings to the table are a handful of things. Number one, these desks are incredibly well made. I assembled this one myself. I'll talk about that in a moment. And you also get a number of different options for size and for color, or we can call that configuration. So for example, I went with the marble styled countertop that is 70 by 30 by 1 inch. Now that 1 inch is important because it gives a thickness to the desk that's otherwise leaves a lot to be desired with other desks. My existing desk is about 3/4 of an inch thick, and I've noticed from the very beginning that it's more rickety than this one from Flexispot, and it has an opportunity to be flexible in a bad way, whereas the Flexispot desk is rock hard, rock solid. So I know I can put 3 monitors and my tower on it, plus a little bit of pressure when I'm leaning over, or when my kids decide to hang from my desk. I'm not worried about the countertop actually breaking in any way or bending and scaring me or my kids off. So that's all very good stuff. Now, another big differentiator is the functionality itself. The motor that adjusts the height of the desk is quiet. I mean, it's not whisper quiet, you can hear it, but relative to the sound of my existing desk and other desks that I've used over the last 15 years, it's definitely quiet. It's also smooth, at least so far in these first month and a half that I've had this desk, it hasn't been herky-jerky. And that's important to call out because this has absolutely happened to me with other desks where over time, all of the up and down motion and the use of that motor causes the motor to jerk around, and then you find that your water is spilling out of your cup that you had set on the counter. I mean, little things like that that you don't want to have to clear off your countertop or think about where your coffee cup is just when you're trying to make an adjustment. One of the coolest things about the Flexispot desk that I am reviewing is that you can set a memory to various heights that you find more comfortable or more appealing for you. This is a huge advantage over other desks, and I can't believe I lived this long without this memory. So when you think about the whole purpose behind an ergonomic approach to work or to gaming, or sitting and standing and just being at a desk, the fact that you can find a height that works for you in the standing mode or in the sitting mode, and then you have to try to find that sweet spot every time on your own, you'll soon learn if you have this memory that you can't live without it. So I really appreciate that there are 3 memory functions on this desk. Now also I want to call out that the assembly process was pretty painless. All of the holes for the screws are well marked, and it took me less than an hour to put the whole thing together. The only issue is that one of the rubber washers was missing, but I did find it later on in the box as I was putting it away. So I love this table and I highly recommend it. Check it out. They start at $3.99 at flexispot.com. Thanks again to Flexispot. Cheers.